Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Let's eat breakfast. Eat breakfast with me while we chit chat. Let me show y'all what I got to eat today. I just got some plantain and some spicy eggs with some salami, some onions, bell peppers, and a bunch of what is it called? Crushed peppers. Yes, Lord, please and thank you. But y'all remember them Saturday mornings? Okay, so I grew up Seventh Day Adventist, right? We went to church every Saturday, baby, every Wednesday. When I tell you, growing up, I felt like I lived at the church house when I was younger. I was like, dang, we going home? Oh, where dad at? Because my dad didn't, he didn't go to church until later on. So, but we went with my mama every Saturday, baby. When I tell you Friday night, you better get in that house and get your hair combed and get your shower, get your bath, and you better get ready, okay? Because we doing a little worship before we go to bed too, all right? No joke. But this wasn't a typical breakfast for us growing up, duh. But we ate. My mom made Johnny cake, fried cake, tortilla, beans, like refried beans, baby. Delicious, okay? But this spicy egg right here, I learned how to do this from my kids, their dad, and I loved it. It's delicious. I love using the palm oil in it. It's even more delicious. But you could fry your plantain. I didn't want no fried plantain this morning, baby. Fried stuff be doing me crazy. I ain't got no gallbladder, baby. My gallbladder gone. My gallbladder said, find me. So, fried foods do a number on me, but I take my plantain either way. But I was remembering about them Saturday mornings when we pretended that we were sick and we wanted to stay home. Man, when I tell you my little brother Sydney and Jason, Sydney was obsessed with karate movies. That boy, when I tell you anything Bruce Lee, he was on it. Okay? He was on Bruce Lee. Right after the movie done, Sydney over here doing all kinds of tricks on Jason. Man, all kind of karate kicks. And when I tell you, that boy, I'm telling you. And Poe Jason was so small and fragile. Sydney, he always been a big boy. When I tell you, I just used to be watching him like, ooh, you gonna break that boy back. You gonna break his arm off. Sydney he was the black Bruce Lee, okay, of his time. About 7 years old, 8 years old, Bruce Lee. All right. But Saturday mornings it was the business, baby. It was the business when you got to stay home from church. All them Saturday morning cartoons, man, Tom and Jerry was my favorite. I mean, hey, Tom and Jerry was my favorite. I never understood how that boy Tom couldn't catch Jerry. I never understood. But I'm happy he didn't because I kept watching. Smurfs. Smurfs was one of my favorite. Gargamel was the most annoying fool I ever seen in my life. That boy, you know what? What else did I used to like watching on Saturday mornings? The Thundercats and them come on Saturday mornings. I think Thundercats and them, they came on during the week. Did they come on Saturday mornings too? I remember Smurfs. I remember Tom and Jerry. Who else? Did the Roadrunner? I think the Roadrunner used to come on Saturday mornings. Well, most of the little cute cartoons used to come on Saturday mornings too. But like I said, we didn't get to stay home that much, so I can't recall. Because my mama would be like, come here. You feeling sick? Look at me. When you woke up this morning, I heard you talking real loud to your brother. You ain't sick. Come on. Put your clothes on. Put on your church clothes. Let's go. You're like, dang, that boy was messing with me. I had to talk loud. And y'all remember them days when you tell your mama you sick? And next thing, she said, yeah, you can stay home. And next thing she turned around and you over there with your legs cocked up to watch cartoons, all happy, laughing and crap. Oh yeah. Mama knew you wasn't sick. Were you over there talking about, can I go to the store with you? Ain't you sick? Oh, okay. Tomorrow you going to school. Man, used to have to put on some theatrical shows just to stay home. I used to be, I was the one that always said, ooh, Lord, my chest. Ooh, baby, my whole chest hurting. They done took me to the doctor about 10, 11 times to see about my chest. Wasn't a damn thing wrong with me. I just hated school. And I still do. Went to college for a little while because I thought I was grown. I was like, yeah, girl, I'm going to take up some classes. When I got there, I said, what is X plus Y equals Z? Okay. I don't, okay, do I remember this? Do I remember this? Oh, I don't want to remember this. No. I said, this is the reason why I didn't want to. This is the reason, this is the whole reason why. I completely forgot why I didn't like school until I went back to college. I said, oh, okay then. Look, man, I did a year. My major in nursing, I did 1 year. I literally did a year of basics. I wasn't. Oh, so okay, so you telling me to be a nurse? I need to know all that stuff right there. Milliliters, liters, this and that's a meter, subtract liters, hell no liters. I was like, okay then, let me just be a nurse at home with my cheering baby. I might kill somebody out in these streets. But y'all, Saturday mornings was the business. That was the best time. In the 80s, Saturday mornings you wake up and look outside and the streets will be nobody. The streets will be no, like now, how everybody still go to work on Saturday and do all of this and run errands and do all this business stuff. On Saturday, it'd be less people out there in the streets. And on Sunday, it was even worse. It was like a ghost town. Now, baby, when I tell you Highway 6 back to bumper traffic, I said, nah. I tell my babies, I say, okay, let's go. Let's find a spot for us to chill out until all this died down. Because, wait, they doing construction again on that street that they did it on 2 years ago? Okay, wait. All right, let's just stick to the neighborhoods. We ain't going on the streets. But everything changed. Then it used to be good Saturday. I don't even watch TV now, so I don't even know what plays on Saturday mornings. So I don't even know. Them poor kids probably ain't got no kind of good cartoons to watch. No nothing. No Smurfs, no nothing. Remember Cabbage Patch Kids? Oh man. Man, those were the good days. Can we go back? If we go back, we gonna miss out on everything that's happening right now. I'll stay here. Drinking my peppermint coffee. It's delicious. But I'll talk to y'all later. All right. I'm just gonna sit here and look out the window and reminisce about them good old days. Remembering my little brother Sydney trying to strangle my little brother Jason. That boy could have lost his life so many times after Sydney to watch them karate movies and put that boy in a headlock. Oh, and don't forget I forgot to tell y'all about the WWF. The wrestling, baby, the wrestling. My dad was addicted to watching wrestling, okay? And he was always at work when growing up. But as we got older and he retired, that was his thing. But before he retired, Sydney was the one. Man, when I tell you Sydney did figure four leg lock on Jason, put that boy hand behind his back, stretched his neck out. But man, when I tell you Sydney done body slammed Jason so many times, every time me and Zarita talk about it, Zarita is rolling. She cracking up because Sydney was always a big boy, you know, and poor Jason, he was so feeble, and Sydney would always manhandle him. But let me go because I could reminisce all day about them good old days. I could go back further and further, walking around the neighborhood, you know, and my mama said, where you going? And I said, nowhere. And I reverse and come right back on the driveway. And then I look down the street and I see my friend Brooke and Jennifer coming. And I'm like, okay, my home is here anyways. I ain't got to go. She wouldn't let me go no way. Okay. But those were the good old days. Sunday mornings, you go outside, you smell grass. Everybody lawn mowing their yard. Everybody doing they thing at their house. You know what I'm saying? Nobody in the streets. Nobody in the self checkout line at Kroger's. Nobody. All right. Them days where you had sackers to sack your groceries, where you had somebody saying, "Can I push your cart out for you?" Back in the 80s, they didn't even ask you to push your cart. They'll just grab your cart and start pushing and follow you. Remember them days? Baby, now them sackers looking at you like, ain't you gonna help me sack my stuff? Golly. No. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Let me finish eating. My food getting cold. Mm-hmm. Oh, y'all still there?